Maya adjusted her ID badge with mechanical precision, flashing a rehearsed smile at her colleagues that never quite reached her tired eyes. Behind that mask, she was drowning in a sea of corporate grey. By 5 o'clock, she returned to the oppressive silence of her apartment, where the very walls seemed to press inward, demanding she face the ghosts of her past. For years, she had buried the memories of her unfinished paintings and the bitter, jagged end of her closest friendship. She lived in the shadows of what used to be, hiding her hands and her heart from a world that moved too fast for her to catch her breath. Every evening, like a clockwork ghost, she retreated to a weathered wooden bench outside the city library. There, she watched the blur of commuters who moved with a purpose she no longer possessed. She sat motionless, a statue in a coat, casting long, lonely shadows across the pavement. She was a spectator to life. One rainy Tuesday, the pattern broke. Daniel, the head librarian, stepped out and sat on the far end of the bench. He didn't look at her, but adjusted his glasses and stared at the streetlights. "Sometimes," he said, his voice barely audible over the roar of traffic, "people need a quiet place before they are ready for a new beginning." He stood up and vanished inside without waiting for a reply. The next evening, Maya found a small, leather-bound notebook left on the wood slats. She opened it to find a single, stark sentence on the first page. "Write one thing you still hope for." She stared at the blank paper for an hour, her pen hovering, before she finally pressed it down to write a single word: create. The following week, the notebook grew heavy with sketches of cityscapes and lists of long-abandoned goals. Maya signed up for a late-night art workshop, her hands trembling as she picked up a brush for the first time in a decade. The smell of linseed oil and turpentine felt like home. The colors on the canvas felt like a language she had once spoken fluently, a voice she thought she had lost forever. 3 months later, the studio lights caught the vibrant paint splatters on her apron as she walked back toward the library. She wasn't just surviving anymore. She was vibrant, a living canvas of her own making. The weight in her chest had finally begun to lift, replaced by the steady pulse of inspiration. She saw a young woman sitting on the same bench, shoulders hunched in familiar defeat. Maya stopped, pulled a new notebook from her bag, and set it down beside her. "You never know how much a small kindness can change a person's day," Maya said softly. The woman looked up, startled. Maya turned and walked toward the subway station, her footsteps steady and deliberate,